What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we're going to be talking about everything going on inside Destiny 2 recently, and of course some things to be aware of going into Forsaken and the big update. As you might have seen, the Redrix's Claymore has been the center of a very hot debate recently because of some Bungie announcements, so I'm going to summarize what's going on there and also my own thoughts on it. I also did want to run through some pretty crucial stuff you should know going into Forsaken and the August 28th update, like some warnings on what's safe to delete, what's not safe to delete, some things that are changing, and also some loot you probably should prepare before the update hits. And as well as that, we're going to be rounding up all the latest news, announcements from Bungie, and bits and pieces of info from all around the internet, like the Cayde Spicy Ramen quest, which is currently hidden still. So as always, if you enjoy this video and want to support it, leaving a like rating down below helps out a ton, and let's get into it. So let's talk about everything that's been going down recently, the very hot topic, which is the Redrix's Claymore, the Broadsword, and what Bungie's been saying about it. So of course, the Claymore is one of the rarest weapons in Destiny 2 history, and even Destiny history. You obtain it by hitting Fabled a certain rank in the competitive Crucible playlist. Because of the current meta and also the population and just generally the changes to competitive as a whole, not many people have this weapon. In fact, under 9,000 people. And of course, as Bungie said when they first came out with this, it was only supposed to be available for Season 3. If you don't get it during the season, ending in 2 weeks, you won't be able to get it ever again. It's a limited time thing. So as it turns out, the reason this has been such a big topic recently is because Bungie just announced there is going to be a copy and paste version of the Claymore in Season 4, but it's actually going to be better in pretty much every single way. Another reason for a lot of upset is because the way you obtain it, this Broadsword, is going to be a very long, very grindy, and very time-consuming quest in Crucible, but of course that's nowhere near as difficult as the original grind towards Fabled to get the Claymore in Season 3. So the quest line to earn this Broadsword is going to firstly want you to get 200 kills with pulse rifles in the Crucible. The next step is to reach the Valor rank Heroic, so not Glory. The Valor rank is of course the quick play version, but rank Heroic is about 3 out of 6. Step 3 is again in the Crucible, earn 75 double plays, which is pretty much double kills or assist count as well. Step 4 is to get 150 headshots with pulse rifles in the Crucible. Step 5 is to get 50 opponents defeated with arc final blows, 50 with solar and 50 with void, so 150 total. Step 6 is where things get quite grindy, so this is going to want you to complete 25 quick play matches, so win or loss should complete them, that's going to count. Then it's going to want you to again complete 25 competitive matches, which is quite a lot, and then complete 25 rumble matches. Step 7 is to complete 20 Crucible bounties, so not a big deal. Step 8 is very big though, reset your Valor rank 5 times within a single season. Of course that means in Season 4, so from September or technically the 28th of August. Doesn't matter what you've done now in Season 3, how many resets, 5 Valor rank resets in Season 4. That is, unless Bungie change it, the process of getting the Broadsword. That is the full quest line. After that, you can get one from Shaxx. Now, there is actually a massive benefit if you already have the Claymore earned right now in Season 3, the original one, and that is you bypass his entire quest line. You can go grab a Broadsword from Shaxx from just tokens. So if you did not earn a Claymore at all in Season 3, you're going to have to do this very long, very time-consuming quest line to get a Broadsword. If you have a Claymore, you bypass this entire quest on day 1, you can get a Broadsword. I do also want to clarify the differences between the Claymore and the Broadsword and explain why the Broadsword is better than the Claymore in every single way. So this, of course, is the Claymore. You've got 3 barrels, Outlaw, and Desperado. Nothing's going to change, it's staying the exact same in Season 4. The Broadsword, though, is going to be a little bit different. So, of course, it's the same weapon, same high-impact pulse rifle, same stats, same everything. The perks, though, are going to differ. So it's going to have 3 barrels, but they're going to be randomly rolled, so you can choose what barrel you want. There's also going to be an additional column of magazine perks down the middle, so an additional set, and these are going to be also randomly rolled. The Broadsword will then have Outlaw and Desperado as perks, so those are always going to be fixed, never going to be random, they'll always be on this weapon. But the major difference is that this Broadsword is going to have a mod slot, which the Claymore won't. So that is pretty much a rundown of this entire situation, and of course, comment down below what do you guys think of this. Now, in terms of my own personal thoughts on the situation, I think the quest line is actually pretty good. I like this, actually a good challenge. It's not going to be very easy to hand out to everyone. The bottom line is that Bungie want more people to experience the Desperado and Outlaw combination. It's very good. It's really not as powerful as most people think it might be because it's a very skilled kind of limited situational thing to do. But as I pointed out in my last video, under 9,000 people have this weapon, which Bungie aren't happy about. So they pretty much admitted it's their mistake and they want more people to have it. And this is them doing it. That's their motive. The main reason I'm a bit disappointed by this is I do think they have devalued the original Claymore to the point where no one's going to use it. As we just saw, the Broadsword is going to be better in every single way. It's no question. It's got 3 random barrels, additional magazine perks perks, which are random, and also a mod slot. So there's no question the Broadsword is simply better. So if I was to make a suggestion, I would say make the original Claymore the exact same as the new Broadsword, so they're even, the exact same perks, same combinations, same mod slot. That way, if you have a Claymore, you can use it and be competitive, and it'll be a cool cosmetic visual thing, but obviously there'll be no differences between the weapon. But of course, the way it's going out, there'll be no reason to use a Claymore, and it's just going to be an outdated kind of piece of junk from year one. So like I said, I don't really mind there's going to be a new version of the Claymore, but I do think the old version should be on par with the new one. That's just my thoughts again. Let me know what you think down below. And I also want to mention there is still going to be a new Claymore in Season 4, the Luna's Howl, as we looked at in last video, the hand cannon. That is still going to be a thing. It's going to be the main thing to grind for inside competitive, and it's still going to require the Fabled rank, so that's still going to be the main kind of goal. The Broadsword is just going to be an additional thing on the side, a second chance for anyone to earn the Claymore. Of course, going to be a very long quest, but if you have the Claymore, you bypass the quest. So moving on, let's round up some miscellaneous bits and pieces about Destiny 2, Sources of Heroes, the update, and Forsaken itself. One of the biggest mysteries going down right now, of course, is the hidden quest line in the Lost City for the spicy ramen shop for Cayde 6, whatever that is tied to Sources of Heroes. Now, quite a few people have been getting glitched versions of these quest lines to pop up, but haven't been able to complete it just yet. This screenshot was sent to me by one of my Twitter followers called Cayde, and as you can see, this is the quest line in the Lost City, but it can't be accessed. Of course, when you go to the Lost City on your characters for the Solstice event, it counts as a milestone, not a quest, but this, as you can see, is a quest line, so definitely seems to be the beginning of it, but I'm imagining it's going to be unlocked soon. So of course, this is definitely a real thing that is some kind of hidden quest inside the Lost City, but it is time gated. In my opinion, the safest bet on when this quest will go live is, I would say, next Tuesday the 21st. Of course, that is the last reset of the Sources event. Unless Bungie have completely scrapped the quest, which I doubt personally, next Tuesday is the last chance for them to put it live. Now, speaking of Cayde 6, something pretty random is that in the game, in Forsaken, there is going to be a memorial statue for him physically inside the game. This is what the actual statue is going to look like because it is a pre-order bonus, so something you can also get in real life. But on the pre-order page, it says this statue of Cayde 6 was designed to commemorate the fallen hero and has even been added into the Destiny 2 Forsaken universe. So expect at some point when you log it into Forsaken to see this bronze style statue of Cayde 6 as a memorial. Keeping with the same topic of Cayde 6, if you don't know, the voice actor for Cayde is actually changing and not going to be the same for his final kind of appearance in the game. Of course, as you may know, Nathan Fillion is the voice actor, has always been since day one, but now it's going to be Nolan North, who of course also voices our Ghost Shell. Of course, Nathan Fillion is a very busy actor and voice actor, and they said it was an availability thing, so he wasn't available to do it apparently. I did of course play the first mission during E3 and heard Cayde 6 speak. I did think he sounded a tiny bit different, but not enough to make me think it was someone else, but that was actually Nolan North and not Nathan Fillion. And also a fun fact to get you speculating, but Nathan Fillion, the original actor, doesn't personally believe Cayde 6 is dead. You can see the quote from him on screen right now, but while it is pretty funny, I wouldn't read too much into this personally. If he knew some confidential information that Cayde was returning, I don't think he would leak that, so I think it's just kind of a fan perspective as a fan of the character. But it is a fun fact that Nathan Fillion doesn't personally believe that Cayde is dead. Now, talking about some gear stuff, some things to do and not to do before Forsaken, and things to be aware of in general, want to kind of round up a bunch of helpful tips. The first thing, of course, as we know, all mods are going to be completely useless after the 28th. They will have zero purpose, absolutely none. But that does not mean you should delete them at all. In fact, save them because you'll get more materials and more stuff out of them if you wait until after the 28th to dismantle them. This was confirmed by Josh Hamrick, of course, a Bungie developer. Of course, right now you just get mod components, so I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of new currency and new material that's going to be worthwhile. So once again, do not dismantle any mods until after the 28th. Also, a pro tip that I've always done, but never ever sit on 100k maxed out Glimmer and be earning nothing. That's a waste. You should always buy blue mods and then turn them into purple mods and basically have a big kind of collection of them. If you're sitting on 100k Glimmer, you're basically wasting it because you're not earning any new Glimmer. So always sink into blue mods and you'll have more to dismantle when the 28th comes. Akora's research tokens, probably the most useless currency in the game. These are being removed from your inventories and deleted full stop on the 28th, and also the armor set that you can buy with them, the kind of basic standard gear, those will be removed as well. So if for whatever reason you want the armor set, maybe for the collection, buy it now, use the tokens and get it, because after 28th you won't be able to get the armor set anymore. Everything I said in my video about elemental mods was correct. So if you have a certain energy weapon that you like, lock into an element and that way it will stay there forever. Of course, after the 28th you will not be able to change the element anymore. That feature goes away, and any more you get from the kiosk will have a fixed element, so you can't choose it. Like I said before, it's not a massive deal because of course all the year 1 weapons are going to be pretty trash compared to the year 2 weapons with 2 traits and mods, and of course random rolls. So not a massive deal, but a weapon you really like the raid weapons, for example, which are still really good, those are worth kind of locking into elements. Also, something I would suggest is to not masterwork your solstice armor, because honestly it is a bit of a waste. I don't think it's that worth it. But the thing to bear in mind is that this armor set has 0 perks, and all the year 2 armor are going to have basically 2 perks each. So 10 armor perks that affect your weapon handling, your ammo, and stuff like that. I can pretty much guarantee that unless you want to miss out on 10 perks, you're not going to use this armor set ever again. So it might not be worth masterworking it. Maybe one set if you like it again, but it's not going to be that worth the cause. And I also say it because masterwork cores are going to be very important in year 2. So definitely worth saving as many as possible. Of course, with the solstice armor, when you do the criteria to unlock the masterwork, it gives you 5 cores, and it's your choice if you want to upgrade it or just keep the cores, but I personally just keep the cores. So like I said, of course, it's your choice, but definitely worth thinking about, is it worth putting 25 cores into this armor set you're not going to use after Forsaken? So that is going to do it for today's video. Of course, as always, if you enjoyed it and if you want to support the channel, then a like rating down below helps out a bunch. I'm actually going to be at Gamescom next week in Germany, so look out on this channel for some new gameplay, some information, some exclusive stuff, and of course subscribe if you aren't already. And also my Instagram will be linked down below in the description if you want to follow what I get up to out there. Click on this image if you want to watch another video from myself, but as always, I appreciate you guys for watching and your support, and I'll see you all in the next one.